And the last revelation explains to us, اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. This day I have perfected this deen for you. I have completed my favor upon you. This is the biggest favor Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given humanity. This is the last gift and present from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to humanity, is that He gave us this final guidance. هُدًى لِلنَّاسِ اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. And I have been very much pleased with Islam as a deen, as a way of life for you. Now, let it be known that there can be no other guidance that will top the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the guidance that we have in Al-Quran or Al-Huda. This guidance is the most straight. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Isra made it clear. إِنَّ هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ يَهْدِي لِلَّتِي هِيَ أَقْوَمُ وَيُبَشِّرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ الَّذِينَ يَعْمَلُونَ الصَّالِحَاتِ أَنَّ لَهُمْ أَجْرًا كَبِيرًا. Indeed, verily, this Quran shows the way to all that is most upright, most straight, and gives the believers who do good deeds the glad tidings, and theirs will be a great reward. So this is the guidance. Pickthall translate this part of the ayah, أَنَّ هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ يَهْدِي لِلَّتِي هِيَ أَقْوَمُ, as lo, this Quran guides unto that which is straightest. So you may have different people come up with different concepts and different ideas and different philosophies regarding how to lead your life in this world. But there can be only one guidance that is sure to guide you in this world and in the next, and that is the Quran. It is perfect. There are no flaws in the Quran. Falsehood will not attack the book, neither from the front or from the back. In other words, it is perfect, it's flawless. There can be no flaws in the book of Allah. And had it been, Allah explains to us that this Quran, had it been from any other source than Himself, you would have found in it many discrepancies, many contradictions. But in reality, there are no contradictions in the Quran. Surah An-Nisa, أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ وَلَوْ كَانَ مِنْ عِنْدِ غَيْرِ اللَّهِ لَوَجَدُوا فِيهِ اخْتِلَافًا كَثِيرًا. Don't they ponder upon the Quran? Don't they reflect upon the Quran? And had it been from any other than Allah, you would have found many discrepancies in the Quran, many contradictions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this final book as a healing in addition to being guidance. وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاءٌ وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَلَا يَزِيدُ الظَّالِمِينَ إِلَّا خَسَارًا. And we send of the Quran, which is a healing and a mercy to the believers. وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. It will heal anybody from what? Not the physical diseases of the body, but rather from the spiritual diseases that humans suffer from. Spiritual diseases like jealousy and pride and urge to dominate and to have, the upper hand, and all these diseases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the Quran to cure humanity from. But in particular, it will be a mercy to the believers. This Quran will serve as indeed a mercy to the believers. وَلَا يَزِيدُ الظَّالِمِينَ إِلَّا خَسَارًا. And it causes nothing but loss to the unjust individuals, the ظالمين, the wrongdoers. In 3 places, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it very clear to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. قُلْ إِنَّ هُدَى اللَّهِ هُوَ الْهُدَى. Say that the true guidance is the guidance of Allah. There can be no other guidance that will surely guide to the straight path other than the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now it is the decree of Allah to make this guidance eventually manifest over any other non-divine guidance, namely man-made guidance. In Surah Al-Fath, in Surah Tawbah, and in Surah Al-Saf, Allah makes it very clear. هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون. It is He, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who had sent His messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam with two things. بالهدى, with the guidance, the Quran, هدى للناس, and also the true deen, the true way of life, ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله, to make this deen manifest and prevail over all other deen, over all man-made systems and ways of life, even if the idolaters don't like it. However, this guidance will never manifest itself by itself, will never happen just like that by itself. It requires individuals to first and foremost truly appreciate the Quran, truly believe in the Quran, not just say we believe in it as a lip service. It must be a conviction in one's heart. And only then, if it is a conviction in one's heart, one would read the Quran. The Quran was revealed not to be placed on a high shelf, not to be covered with some leather bound or some sheets so that dust doesn't come and touch the Quran and be placed there for months on until perhaps if someone dies in the family, then they pull out the Quran and read. That was not the intention behind the Quran. The Quran was revealed so you may read it, so you may understand it, so you may uphold it, and then preach it, preach the message. So not unless we have individuals who understand their duties toward the Quran, read it, recite it in a beautiful way, understand its meaning, learn Arabic. Translation is okay. But if you want to get really the pleasure of the Quran and understand the Quran, learn the Arabic and communicate with Allah directly without any barriers, without having any translator between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then as you become familiar with the Quran as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained later in the ayah, وَبَيِّنَاتٍ مِّنَ الْهُدَى وَالْفُرْقَانِ. This is the book that differentiates between good and bad, between right and wrong, between truth and falsehood, halal and haram, lawful and unlawful. Then you implement what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed so that you become the embodiment of the Quran. Just like the Prophet was the walking Quran. When he was asked about his manners, his khuluq, كَانَ خُلُقُهُ الْقُرْآنِ. He was very much influenced by the Quran and he was the embodiment of the Quran. And similarly, we have to do the same thing. If we allege and say that we believe in Allah and we believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then of course, you have to propagate and teach those messages, those ideas that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed in the Quran to everyone, to all the people. This Quran is the final guidance to all humanity. No more Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He left this world 1400 years ago. No more prophet to come after Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. It's now our responsibility. So not unless we learn the Quran, we understand it, and we preach it to others and preach the great wisdom of the Quran and tell the people why this Quran is the best guidance in the world, this Quran will never manifest itself. So we have a great responsibility. We need to understand this responsibility and fulfill the obligations we owe to the Quran. Inshallah ta'ala. So شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان وبينات من الهدى والفرقان, and clear proofs of guidance and the criterion. Let's take the first part. وبينات من الهدى, clear proofs of guidance. The Quran is the greatest miracle that was given to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam of all the miracles that Allah gave His prophets and messengers. And this miracle is eternal, it is universal, and it is with us today.